The barbell bench press is a classic exercise that targets the chest, shoulders, and triceps. It's important to maintain proper form throughout the movement to avoid injury. Lie flat on your back with your feet firmly planted and grip the bar slightly wider than shoulder width apart. Lower the weight slowly towards your upper chest, keeping your elbows tucked in at about 45 degrees. Push the weight back up to the starting position, squeezing your chest muscles together. Remember to breathe out as you push the weight up and inhale as it lowers down. Keep practicing for better results. Incline dumbbell press. Lie on an incline bench with your upper back supported. Holding a pair of dumbbells at shoulder height, press the weight straight up towards the ceiling, keeping them close to each other as you extend fully. Lower the weight slowly and under control. Rotate inward as you go down and outward as you go up, maintaining tension throughout the movement. Keeping your core engaged helps stabilize your body during this exercise. This variation targets the upper pecs effectively, making it great for building strength in that specific region. It also allows for greater range of motion compared to flat bench pressing, which can help improve overall shoulder health by working through a fuller range. The dumbbell shoulder press is a great exercise. It works the front and side deltoids. To perform this movement correctly, you want to make sure that you're sitting upright, with your back against something like a bench or chair, or even just a wall. You don't have to be on an incline at all. Make sure when you bring up those weights that they are directly above your shoulders, so there isn't any pressure on them. And then lower down slowly with control until your arms reach about 90 degrees at your elbows. This will help prevent injury, as well as give you more time under tension for muscle growth. The lateral raise. This is a great exercise to build your shoulders. You want to make sure that you're not swinging the weight and keep it controlled. This is one of my favorite exercises for building my shoulder muscles. So if you guys are looking to build up those shoulders, these are one of the best. Dumbbell front raises. Stand with your feet shoulder width apart. Hold the dumbbells in each hand at your sides, keeping a slight bend in your elbows. Lift both weights up to about chest height or higher. Slowly lower them back down to starting position. Repeat for desired reps and sets. This exercise targets the shoulders, particularly the anterior deltoids. It also engages other upper body muscles like biceps, triceps, and core. Trice pushdowns are a great exercise for building bigger triceps. Start by standing in front of the cable machine with your feet shoulder width apart and knees slightly bent. Grab the handle with an overhand grip and keep your elbows close to your sides as you lower it downwards. Squeeze at the bottom for 2 seconds before returning back up slowly. Repeat this movement for 3 sets of 12 reps. This is how to do the barbell deadlift. You want to start with your feet shoulder width apart, and you can either use an overhand grip or mixed grip. The main thing is that when you lift up, you keep your back straight and your core tight. And as you lower down, you also do this same motion. Keeping your back straight will help prevent injury while doing these lifts. If you have any questions about how to perform them, feel free to ask in the Q&A. Pull-ups are a great exercise for building strength. They work your back, biceps, and core muscles. Start by hanging from the bar with an overhand grip. Your hands slightly wider than shoulder width apart. Keep your arms straight as you pull yourself up until your chin is just above the top of the bar. Slowly lower yourself down to the starting position. With control, if needed, use a box or bench to help get into position initially. Aim for 3 sets of 10 reps per workout session. You can increase weight gradually if desired. This will make it more challenging. Make sure that when performing this movement, you maintain proper form throughout. If not, injury may occur. The barbell row is a great exercise for your back. You want to start with the bar on the ground, and then you're going to bend over at the waist, keeping your chest up and shoulders down. Then pull that weight towards your stomach or belly button, squeezing those shoulder blades together as you do it. Make sure not to round out your back. As you go through this movement, Keeping good form throughout will help prevent injury, while also getting the most benefit from the exercise. This is a cable row. Focus on the stretch and squeeze at the top, keeping your elbows tucked in tight to your body. You can see here as I'm doing this exercise, my back muscles are being activated very well. I am not swinging my weight around. It is all controlled reps. And you want to make sure that when you do these, you focus on squeezing those back muscles at the end of each rep. Here we go with 12 reps. Make sure you go heavy but control the weight. Rear delt face pulls. This is a great exercise for your rear delts, which are the muscles on the back of your shoulders. It's important to keep your elbows high so that they don't drop down to low. You can do this exercise standing or kneeling like shown here. Make sure to control the weight and not to go too heavy. Barbell squats are a great exercise to build strength and muscle in your legs, but it's important to do them correctly. Start by standing with your feet shoulder-width apart and the bar resting on your upper back, keeping your chest up and core engaged. Lower yourself down into a squat position by bending at the hips and pushing your butt back. Make sure that you keep your knees behind your toes as you lower down to avoid putting too much pressure on them. Once you reach the bottom of the squat position, push through your heels to stand back up straight. Repeat this movement for the desired number of reps or sets as part of your workout routine. Remember to maintain proper form throughout each rep for maximum benefit from this exercise. The Romanian Barbell Deadlift, or RDL. This is a great exercise to strengthen the hamstrings, glutes, and lower back muscles. To perform this movement, stand with your feet shoulder-width apart and hold onto the barbell in an overhand grip. Keep your back straight and core engaged while hanging forward from the hips until you feel tension in your hamstrings. Squeeze your glutes together to return to the starting position. Make sure not to round your spine during this movement or use momentum to lift the weight. This exercise should help strengthen those muscles in your posterior chain to improve overall strength and stability. The leg press machine is a great tool for building your legs, but it's important to use the right technique to get the most out of each rep. Start by adjusting the seat height so that when you sit down, your knees are bent at about 90 degrees. Place your feet flat on the platform, shoulder width apart or slightly wider, keeping your back against the pad. Push through your heels and extend your legs fully. Slowly lower the weight back down with control, stopping just before your knees touch the pads. Repeat for reps. Focus on maintaining proper form throughout and avoid locking out your joints. This will help prevent injury while maximizing results. This is the leg extension machine. You're going to start by sitting on this seat, and then you can adjust your feet up and down on these pads here. The goal of this exercise is to extend your legs out to get a good stretch and squeeze on your quads. As you bring your knees back towards you, you want to keep that tension on your quads as much as possible. Make sure to control both parts of the movement for maximum effectiveness. If done correctly, this should be very effective for building bigger quads. This is a hamstring curl machine. You're going to want to make sure that your knees are bent. You're doing the same range of motion and not using your body to control the weight. And you have some weight added onto it. And then as you pull up with your heels, you should feel this in the back of your legs. Make sure not to go too heavy, because if you do, so just keep them light and controlled first, then go heavy, but do not ego lift. Calf raises are a great exercise to build bigger calves. You can do them with or without weight, but if you want to add some weight, you're going to need something like this platform here. So what we'll be doing is standing on the edge of it. With our heels hanging off just slightly, we will then lift up onto our toes and hold for about 2 seconds before slowly lowering back down. Make sure that when you lower yourself back down, your heel touches the ground first, so your knees don't lock out at all. The reason why I have my feet turned outward is because it helps me feel more in control of the movement itself. If you turn your feet inward instead, it might make things harder than they should be. Also note how far away from each other my hands and dumbbells are placed. I hope these tips help you guys grow those calves. Please let me know if there's anything else that would be helpful too.